Check the thermometer on the brick wall. It's below zero out here. The concrete is completely frozen solid. Zip up the heavy gear. Watch your breath turn to smoke in the dark. Let the cold piano ride. Yo, stepping out the lobby door, the wind is cutting deep. The city that never rests is finally forced to sleep. I pulled a heavy zipper on a Helly Hansen coat. Thick nautical fabric button right up to the throat. Every single breath I take is turning into steam. Walking through the borough like a frozen urban dream. Got the heavy leather boots crunching deeply in the snow. Got nowhere to be but 100 heavy blocks to go. The yellow cab slipping on the icy avenue. The metropolitan skyline looking absolutely sharp and blue. We traded the sunny weather for the bitter winter chill. Navigating cautiously across the frozen concrete hill. Oh, the city is a freezer. The wind is blowing strong, but walking through the winter is exactly where we belong. Got the heavy winter armor, keeping all the freezing out. That's what the New York winter hustle is completely all about. Keep your head down low, let the icy rhythm play. Surviving the concrete tundra every single day. Yeah, I passed the corner bodega, the neon sign is flickering. The neighborhood hustlers in the doorway quietly bickering. Standing on the subway, great to catch a blast of heat. The absolute survival tactic on the freezing street. The heavy metal chains feeling like a block of ice. Walking through the blizzard always carries a heavy price. The project rooftops covered in a thick and heavy white, reflecting the amber glow of the solitary street light. No palm trees swaying, just the barren naked wood. The absolute reality of this frozen neighborhood. I tuck the leather gloves deep inside the heavy pocket, moving through the avenue exactly like a winter rocket. Oh, the city is a freezer. The wind is blowing strong, but walking through the winter is exactly where we belong. Got the heavy winter armor, keeping all the freezing out. That's what the New York winter hustle is completely all about. Keep your head down low, let the icy rhythm play. Surviving the concrete tundra every single day. The Hudson River freezing right along the rocky edge. A solitary pigeon shaking on the window ledge. We carry the heavy burden of the 5 distinct boroughs, planting our physical roots inside the snowy furrows. The rhythm echoing directly against the frozen brick walls, while the heavy white precipitation silently falls. This ain't a summer party or a backyard barbecue. It's the ultimate test of exactly what you can physically do. The Helly Hansen shield keeping the core entirely warm, standing completely undefeated directly in the storm. I wipe the melting snowflakes off the heavy frozen hood, representing for the East exactly like a soldier should. Yeah, you gotta bundle up. It's the East Coast reality. Breath looking exactly like smoke in the midnight air. Timberlands, lace tight, 94 forever. Keep the hood pulled over your head, and your hands in your pockets, fading out to the howling wind and the cold piano chords. We out. We out. Yeah. Turn the iron all the way up to the cotton setting. We don't need the flashy suits tonight. Yeah, leave the silk shirts in the closet. It's strictly about the fundamentals. Crisp lines, heavy fabric. Let the bass drop in. Yeah, sun going down behind the palm trees. Time to hit the pavement. Checking my reflection in the glass, making a statement. Grab the heavy can of spray starch off the wooden shelf. Taking a minute just to strictly organize myself. Lay the khaki dickies flat right across the ironing board. Pressing down the heavy metal like a samurai sword. Making sure that center crease is sharp enough to cut the air. That's the kind of West Coast detail that proves you actually care. Then I rip the plastic open on a brand new triple XL. Heavy cotton white tee looking incredibly swell. Drop it strictly over the shoulders, let it hang below the belt. The cleanest neighborhood aesthetic that the boulevard ever felt. Stepping out the front door, feeling feeling so alive. Don't need no heavy diamonds for this evening ride. Just a flawless white tee, glowing in the street, and the khaki pants dropping strictly to my feet. Yeah, we keep it simple on the western side. Nothing but the pure style and the neighborhood pride. Yeah, lace up the black canvas chucks, double knot the white string, ready for whatever this Friday night is about to bring. Walk out to the driveway, keys jingling in my hand, the undisputed sharpest dresser in the sunny coastal land. Got the classic Impala waiting, gleaming under the street lamp, representing for the authentic California blue collar camp. I sit down in the premium leather, gotta keep my posture straight. Don't wanna wrinkle up the back before I even reach the gate. Roll down a heavy window, let the ocean breeze flow in. When you rockin' the pure basics, you absolutely gon' win. I pull up to the intersection, catching every single stare, a masterpiece of simplicity, strictly rolling through the square. Out the front door, feeling so alive. Don't need no heavy diamonds for this evening ride. Just a flawless white tee, glowing in the street, and the khaki pants dropping strictly to my feet. Yeah, we keep it simple on the western side. Nothing but the pure style and the neighborhood pride. Yeah, hit the parking lot of the function, the party is going strong. This is exactly the physical space where the real players belong. I step out of the heavy ride, checking the fabric one time. The rhythm of the bassline matching my undeniable rhyme. You got dudes in the corner sweating in the heavy color gear, trying way too hard to conquer a physical metropolitan fear. But I just glide through the crowd, holding a cold cup of ice. The white cotton is immaculate, looking unbelievably nice. It is an attitude you carry, completely strictly in the mind, leaving the expensive fashion entirely in the dust behind. From the swap meet to the club, it's the uniform of the street, the white tee and the dickies, making the cipher complete. Yeah, it's a mentality. You can't buy that kind of respect in a high-end boutique. It's in the sharp crease, it's in the pure white cotton under the streetlights, cruising the avenue in the classic Impala. Cruisers, drop the top. Yeah. Welcome to the west side, strictly Pacific Coast. Let the breeze completely take over. It was a it was a yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was a yeah, yeah. It was a yeah. It was a clear, warm evening, a clear, warm breeze. Rolling down the highway, catching shade from the trees. Just hit the coastline of the PCH. On a mission, trying to strictly find a quiet space. Seen a perfect spot right where the heavy ocean breaks. I gotta drop the top on the Chevy Impala, for goodness sakes. The white wall spinning, the chroma shining bright, gliding down the one strictly into the fading sunlight. I'm tweaking the analog dial right on the heavy radio, catching that smooth funk rhythm, keeping the tempo low, the heavy engine purring strictly with the classic American power. Enjoying the absolute maximum, undeniably golden hour. Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The ocean breeze is blowing right through the evening air, cruising down the highway completely without a single care. If you know like I know, yeah, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. Now I'm cruising past the cliffs, looking at the deep blue tide. The undisputed champion, strictly on a heavy sunset ride. Got the premium leather seats warming up my physical spine. Everything on this Pacific coast is feeling completely fine. I hit the heavy switches, let the hydraulic front end dip, taking complete smooth control of this coastal trip. The seagulls flying completely parallel right to the ride. Nothing but the pure horizon, strictly on my left side. You stressing in the city, completely locked in the concrete grid, while I am completely living the dream of the West Coast kid. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the winding street, matching the heavy ocean waves exactly with the analog beat. Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. Let the heavy rhythm glide. Taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The ocean breeze is blowing right through the evening air, cruising down the highway without a You don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. The sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy waterline. The sky's painted purple and the physical feeling is divine. No stress from the traffic, no heavy concrete project blocks. Just the rhythm of the waves strictly crashing on the ocean rocks. I pop the heavy cassette tape directly into the physical deck, ensuring that the smooth West Coast vibe is strictly held in check. Yeah. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the ocean breeze, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. From Long Beach to Malibu, we strictly regulate the coast, sipping the premium juice completely with the heavy sunset toast. The undeniable heavy truth, strictly radiating from the chest, proving that the sunset cruise is undeniably the best. Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. Let the heavy rhythm glide. Taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The West Coast. Ocean breezes blowing right through the evening air, cruising down the highway without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. Yeah, it is strictly a coastal thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy breeze off the water. The classic Impala, strictly gliding on the asphalt. Nothing but the rhythm, the sunset, and the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, 94, forever. 94, forever. Yeah, zip up the heavy flannel shirt. The town is completely covered tonight. Thick white blanket, rolling straight down from the hills. Welcome to Oakland. Let the foghorn blow and the heavy bass drop. The temperature dropping, the moisture heavy in the air. Got the thick jacket button brushing the mist out my hair. Steering the classic black Tahoe slowly up the steep incline, leaving the flatlands behind, crossing the invisible line. The street lights glowing like fuzzy halos in the gray, watching the entire city completely wash away. It ain't the sunny palm trees of the southern coast down below. Up here in the bay, we got a totally different flow. The heavy engine rumbling, echoing off the damn pavement, taking a solitary drive, strictly making a silent statement. I hit the peak, pull the parking brake on the ridge, looking out over the water, trying to spot the Bay Bridge. Lost inside the Oakland fog where the heavy hills rise. Can't see the city streets, just the gray in the sky. We hustle in the shadows, keeping the game completely tight, riding through the misty air, deep into the town's night. Yeah, the weather is cold, but the neighborhood beats warm, navigating strictly through this quiet California storm. Rolling back down the elevation, right into the deep trenches, passing the neighborhood parks, the wet wooden benches. East 14th Street, looking like a ghost town tonight, but the real players moving strictly out of the physical sight. The heavy tires slicing through the puddles, splashing the curb, protecting the absolute peace that nobody dares to disturb. I spark a flame, let the heavy smoke mix with the cloud. The heavy synthesizer playing undeniably loud. It's a gritty kind of beauty hidden under the thick veil, where only the sharpest hustlers are guaranteed to prevail. The foghorn blowing in the distance from the deep seaport, holding it down for the town, strictly holding the fort. Lost inside the Oakland fog where the heavy hills rise. Can't see the city streets, just the gray in the sky. We hustle in the shadows, keeping the game completely tight, riding through the misty air, deep into the town's night. Yeah, the weather is cold, but the neighborhood beats warm, navigating strictly through this quiet California storm. I take a left turn, cruising by the old classic diner. Nothing in the entire state of California could be any finer. The moisture beating up right on the wax metallic hood. Everything in this misty territory is absolutely understood. The golden sunshine is for the tourists taking the trip, but this heavy gray weather is for the real ones keeping the grip. We don't need a clear sky to completely handle our biz. This is exactly what the Oakland atmosphere strictly is. I kill the headlights, pulling smoothly into the dark drive. Just another heavy night, keep keeping the Bay Area alive. Yeah, you gotta feel that chill in the air. It's the town Oakland, California, where the hills hide the hustle. Keep the heavy jacket zipped. Listen to the scream. Sitting on the heavy project couch, staring completely at the glowing glass tube. Watching the absolute legend, strictly finding the physical metropolitan groove. I am writing the heavy lyrics completely on the physical yellow paper pad, dreaming about the absolute maximum heavy wealth that could entirely be had. The music television is the absolute physical gateway to the heavy global stage, strictly breaking the absolute heavy metropolitan physical concrete cage. I close my heavy physical eyes and strictly picture the absolute video shoot, wearing the premium luxury silk in the undisputed physical leather boot. You completely satisfied, strictly rhyming in the absolute dark hallway, while I'm demanding a heavy national rotation completely every single day. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. I'm strictly visualizing the heavy director entirely calling the physical action, delivering the absolute undeniably heavy metropolitan physical satisfaction. We pulling up strictly in the classic heavy Chevrolet Impalas, bouncing completely perfectly directly for the heavy physical metropolitan dollars. The black heavy Tahoe completely blocking the entire absolute physical street, while the undisputed champion strictly drops the absolute undeniable heavy beat, sitting in the back of the luxury Cadillac, strictly sipping the premium champagne, ruling the entire absolute physical music television domain. The heavy camera strictly capturing the absolute undeniable physical street essence, basking completely entirely in the heavy undisputed physical lyrical presence. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. The heavy countdown strictly entirely reaching the absolute physical #1, proving that the heavy metropolitan physical street victory is completely won. The entire physical project block strictly watching the heavy glass box. We strictly turning the absolute heavy poetry entirely into the premium stocks. You completely dreaming about a local physical metropolitan club gig, while I am completely strictly dreaming absolutely undeniably incredibly big. The heavy music television strictly broadcasting the absolute physical street truth, delivering the physical poetry completely perfectly to the global metropolitan youth. The undisputed heavyweight champion strictly conquering the physical airwaves, releasing the entire avenue completely from the physical metropolitan slave. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree, and I just love your flashy show. Watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. The heavy wardrobe strictly changing completely for the second physical verse, eliminating absolutely entirely the heavy physical metropolitan project curse. We shooting completely on the heavy film, absolutely never the cheap tape. Guaranteeing that the physical empire has absolutely no heavy physical escape. The heavy beautiful women strictly dancing completely in the physical background, complimenting the absolute greatest, undeniably heavy physical underground sound. The undisputed heavy general strictly shining completely on the national screen. The absolute greatest heavy physical metropolitan undeniably heavy scene. I strictly look entirely directly into the heavy physical camera lens, securing the absolute heavy future and the premium physical dividends.
Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree. And I just love your flashy show, watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. Listen to the screen, tell me can't you see? This heavy television is reflecting my degree. And I just love your flashy show, watching the absolute physical music video entirely glow. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta completely see the heavy physical vision. It is entirely not just about the audio.
It is completely about the physical picture.
The heavy television rotation,
when the entire physical globe
sees the classic Impala strictly bouncing on the screen.
the heavy Tahoe blocking the Avenue, and the undisputed king in the Cadillac.
There.
Yeah, turn the ignition. Let the heavy V8 rumble wake up the block. Just me, the steering wheel, and the midnight sky. Unlatch the rag top. Let the moonlight bleed straight into the leather. Take a breath, let the bass drop in. Go. 12 o'clock, stroll. Yeah. 12 o'clock strikes, the neighborhood is asleep. I'm back in the Cadillac out. The rumble is deep, ain't no destination, just the call of the road, leaving behind the heavy weight of the daily load. I unhook the latches, let the canvas fold back. The lunar glow reflecting off the midnight black. Tires gripping the asphalt, rolling out of the gate. Just a solo navigator maneuvering through the state. The dashboard glowing with that soft green light, cutting the path straight through the thick of the night. I hit the main strip, watching the shadows dance, taking a moment to breathe, caught in the midnight trance. Underneath the silver moon, I let my troubles fade, riding in the classic drop top, in the shadows that we made. The engine is the only voice speaking to my soul. Out here on the empty highway, I finally got control. Yeah, the city is sleeping, but my mind is flying free. Just the endless yellow lines in this midnight breeze. I push the pedal down, feel the heavy frame glide. Ain't no bumper to bumper, got the whole lane wide. The wind is whipping cold right across my face, escaping the madness of the metropolitan race. I flick the switches gently, let the front end dip. A low rider gliding on a solitary trip, passing by the closed diners and the neon signs, reading the story of the city strictly through the lines. The bass kicks heavy, rattling the rearview glass, watching the quiet intersections beautifully pass. No drama on the corner, no sirens in the air, just the rhythm of the highway in the wind of my hair. Underneath the silver moon, I let my troubles fade, riding in the classic drop top, in the shadows that we made. The engine is the only voice speaking to my soul. Out here on the empty highway, I finally got control. Yeah, the city is sleeping, but my mind is flying free. Just the endless yellow lines in this midnight breeze. The city lights fade, giving way to the dark. I pull over to the shoulder, throw the gear in the park, just sitting in the silence, looking up at the stars, surrounded by nothing but the quiet in the dark. The saxophone bleeding right out of the speaker cones, healing the exhaustion deep inside of my bones. It's a different kind of hustle when the sun goes away, finding the inner peace you couldn't find in the day. I spark a single match, watch the sudden flame burst, quenching my undeniable midnight thirst. Throw it back and drive, let the white wall spin, ready to face whatever tomorrow brings in. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta lose the map. No directions, just a heavy iron and the empty lanes. The moon is the only street light you really need. Keep the white wall spinning and the chrome polished. Yeah, roll the heavy windows completely down. Welcome to the LBC. This is that 90s slow exclusive. Straight off the Pacific asphalt, where the heavy tall pines meet the salt water. Let the synthesizer completely take over. It was a clear, warm dusk, a salty sea breeze rolling down the shoreline, catching shade from the trees. Just hit the LBC, looking for that perfect scent, with a heavy ocean water and the tall pines perfectly blend. Seen a perfect spot right where the heavy shadows fall. Got the classic Chevy Impala strictly answering the call. The white wall spinning, the wooden steering wheel is tight, gliding past the heavy needle strictly in the fading light. I'm taking a deep breath of the heavy coastal air, the smell of the green pine completely exactly everywhere. The heavy engine purring strictly with the classic American power, enjoying the absolute maximum, undeniably golden hour. Keep your eyes on the coast, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Long Beach ride. The scent of the pine, blowing right through the salty air, cruising down the shoreline, completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. Yeah, now I'm cruising past the park, looking at the deep blue tide. The undisputed champion strictly on a heavy sunset ride. Got the heavy scent of the ocean strictly mixing with the wood. Everything in the LBC is feeling absolutely good. I hit the heavy switches, let the hydraulic front end dip, taking complete smooth control of this heavy aromatic trip. The seagulls flying completely parallel right to the trees, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. You stressing in the city, completely locked in the smog and the smoke, while I'm completely living the dream, and that is absolutely no joke. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the wine and street, matching the heavy ocean wind exactly with the analog beat. Keep your eyes on the coast, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Long Beach ride. The scent of the pine, blowing right through the salty air, cruising down the shoreline, completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. Yeah, the sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy waterline. The sky's painted purple, but I still smell the heavy pine. No stress from the traffic, no heavy concrete project blocks, just the rhythm of the waves strictly crashing on the ocean rocks. I pop the heavy cassette, take directly into the physical deck, ensuring that the smooth west coast vibe is strictly held in check. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the ocean breeze, blowing strictly through the heavy branches of the evergreen trees. From the harbor to the streets, we strictly regulate the night, keeping the heavy wooden dashboard absolutely incredibly bright. The undeniable heavy truth strictly radiating from the chest, proving that the Long Beach air is undeniably the best. Eyes on the coast, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Long Beach ride. The scent of the pine, blowing right through the salty air, cruising down the shoreline, completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. Yeah, it is strictly a Long Beach thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy ocean breeze mixing with the tall pines. The classic Impala strictly gliding on the asphalt. Nothing but the rhythm, the scent, and the Pacific Ocean. 94 forever. Keep the heavy hydraulic switches completely ready, fading out strictly into the wind and the trees, and the smooth synthesizer. We regulating, we out. Listen to the road, tell me can't you see? This heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree.
And I just love your flashy ride.
Navigating the physical highway, strictly with the Brooklyn pride. Listen to the road, tell me can't you see? This heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree.
And I just love your flashy flashy ride.
Navigating the physical highway. Strictly with the Brooklyn pride. Yeah. The heavy caravan completely rolling. Strictly through the physical desert sand. The undisputed heavy general entirely observing the absolute physical land. We gotta stop exactly at the heavy physical corner gas station to strictly ask the local boys about the absolute physical destination. Dropping the heavy quarter directly into the physical analog payphone. Ruling the absolute entire undeniable heavy physical highway throne. The paper atlas completely ripped. Strictly at the heavy physical scenes. Carrying the absolute massive undeniably heavy physical metropolitan dreams. The heavy windshield wiper slapping strictly against the physical rain. Standing absolutely entirely undefeated directly in the heavy physical lane. Listen to the road. Tell me, can't you see this heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree?
And I just love your flashy ride.
Navigating the physical highway. Strictly with the Brooklyn pride. Listen to the road. Tell me, can't you see this heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree?
And I just love your flashy ride.
Navigating the physical highway. Strictly with the Brooklyn. The heavy road signs completely reflecting strictly in the physical headlight. Securing the absolute heavy victory completely in the physical night. We strictly reading the physical stars completely exactly like the ancient kings. Controlling exactly every single absolute metropolitan living things. You completely panic strictly when you miss the absolute physical exit sign. While my heavy physical intellect strictly undeniably absolutely shines. The heavy arena completely appearing strictly right on the physical horizon. The undisputed heavyweight champion entirely physically naturally rising. The heavy air brakes hissing exactly like a dangerous physical snake. The absolute greatest physical metropolitan tour that we ever gonna make.
Listen to the road.
Tell me, can't you see
this heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy ride.
Navigating the physical highway.
Strictly with the Brooklyn pride.
Listen to the road. Tell me, can't you see
this heavy tour bus is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy ride.
Navigating
the physical highway.
Strictly with the
Brooklyn pride.
Yeah. You absolutely gotta completely understand the physical map. If you cannot strictly read the heavy paper atlas directly under the heavy flashlight, you absolutely do not belong on this physical tour. We strictly completely cross the entire physical country entirely on the heavy instinct.
Checking the analog compass
and reading the heavy physical miles. Listen to the road. Listen to the truth. Tell me, can't you see this heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy moves, but we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical grooves. Listen to the truth. Tell me, can't you see this heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy moves, but we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical grooves. The fake competitors strictly wearing their heavy rented physical gold chains, but they completely lack the absolute heavy physical metropolitan brains. Being true completely means keeping the heavy silence strictly when question, providing the absolute maximum heavy physical undeniably street protection. I strictly shake the heavy physical hand and completely look you in the absolute eye. The undisputed heavy general entirely strictly under the Brooklyn sky. You completely folding entirely under the absolute heavy physical metropolitan pressure, while I am strictly guarding the absolute maximum undeniably heavy physical treasure. The heavy heartbeat strictly matching the absolute undeniably heavy boom bap drum, remembering exactly completely where the absolute heavy physical empire came from. Listen to the truth. Tell me, can't you see this heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy moves, but we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical grooves. Listen to the truth. Tell me, can't you see this heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree? And I just love your flashy moves, but we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical groove. The heavy paper will completely fold, and the absolute physical luxury cars will entirely rust. But the heavy street respect is the absolute only physical thing I strictly trust. We completely staying strictly true entirely to the absolute original heavy roots. Wearing the premium suede directly strictly on the heavy physical boots. The undisputed champion strictly holding the absolute undeniably heavy physical line, ensuring that the entire physical project block will absolutely undeniably shine. The heavy loyalty is completely permanent, absolutely strictly never gonna fade. Calculating exactly how the absolute true physical crew is getting entirely paid. I absolutely never strictly forget the heavy physical faces from the original star. Keeping the absolute heavy metropolitan and undeniably physical street in my heart.
Listen to the truth, tell me can't you see?
This heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree.
And I just love your flashy moves.
But we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical
Listen
rules.
to the truth, tell me can't you see?
This heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree.
And I just love your flashy moves.
But we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical rules. The heavy thunder completely strictly rolling entirely across the dark physical sky. Exposing the absolute fake players, completely living the undeniable heavy lie. To be completely true to the game means you absolutely entirely never strictly been riding completely strictly with your absolute physical brothers, entirely to the heavy end. The undisputed heavyweight champion strictly maintaining the absolute physical peace, guaranteeing that the heavy metropolitan and undeniably physical wealth will absolutely increase. The heavy street completely strictly recognizes the absolute undeniably heavy real. We strictly controlling the absolute physical will, strictly with the heavy steel, the absolute true essence, strictly completely running entirely through the physical veins, standing absolutely entirely undefeated, directly in the heavy physical rain.
Listen to the truth, tell me can't you see?
This heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree.
And I just love your flashy moves.
But we strictly stay entirely true to the heavy physical rules.
Is the truth, tell me can't you see?
This heavy loyal game is reflecting my degree.
I just love your flashy moves.
But we strictly stay entirely
true to the heavy physical groove.
Yeah, you absolutely gotta completely respect the heavy physical code. If you cannot strictly stay completely true, when the heavy rain entirely falls, you absolutely do not belong on these physical streets. We strictly built this absolute heavy empire completely on a physical trust and the undeniable loyalty. You absolutely cannot buy the heavy respect in the luxury store. Yeah. Clear skies. Welcome back to the boardwalk. This is a 90s-00s exclusive, straight off the Venice concrete. Grab your deck. Let the ocean breeze completely take over. It was a clear, warm Saturday, a clear, warm breeze. Rolling down the boardwalk, catching shade from the trees. Just hit the heavy concrete right by the Pacific shore. Looking for the empty bowl, couldn't ask for nothing more. Seen the perfect spot right where the heavy transitions meet. For urethane wheels strictly rolling on the street. The grip tape is rough, the wooden deck is feeling right. Gliding down the promenade, strictly in the fading light. I'm dropping it smooth, keeping the gravity low. Catching that smooth funk rhythm, strictly going with the flow. The heavy trucks grinding right against the metal coping, keeping the absolute balance while the tourists strictly hoping. Keep your eyes on the bowl, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking the beautiful classic West Coast ride. The ocean breeze is blowing right through the Venice air. Carving down the concrete completely, without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around. Just follow the heavy bass. And that sweet G funk. Yeah, now I'm cruising past the courts, looking at the deep blue tide. The undisputed skater strictly on a heavy sunset ride. Got the baggy denim jeans strictly covering the knee. Everything on this boardwalk is feeling completely free. I hit the heavy kicktail at the front end, strictly pop. Taking complete smooth control right before the heavy drop. The seagulls flying completely parallel right to the rail. Landing the heavy kick flip, strictly knowing I won't fail. Stressing in the city, completely locked in the project grid. While I am completely living the dream of the West Coast kid. kid. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the winding park, skating the absolute concrete, completely until the dark.
Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide.
We taking a beautiful classic
West Coast ride. The ocean breeze is blowing right
through the Venice air,
carving down the concrete
completely without a single care.
If you know like I know,
You don't wanna turn around, just follow the heavy bass.
and that sweet G funk.
The sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy waterline. The sky's painted orange and the physical feeling is divine. No stress from the traffic, no heavy concrete project blocks, just the rhythm of the wheel strictly passing by the rocks. I pop the heavy board directly up into my physical hand, walking completely smoothly across the Pacific sand. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the ocean breeze, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. From Santa Monica to Venice, we strictly regulate the coast, sipping the premium juice completely with the heavy sunset toast. The undeniable heavy truth strictly radiating from the chest, proving that the concrete wave is undeniably the best.
Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide.
We taking a beautiful classic
West Coast ride. The ocean breeze is blowing right through the Venice air,
carving down the concrete
completely
without a single care.
You know like I know,
You don't wanna turn around,
just follow the heavy bass, and that sweet G funk sound.
It is strictly a boardwalk thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy breeze off the Pacific. The wooden deck, strictly gliding on the smooth concrete. Nothing but the rhythm, the sunset, and the sound of the wheels. The heavy, the heavy, the heavy ocean breeze, completely strictly blowing through the physical air, eliminating absolutely entirely every single heavy metropolitan physical care. We cruising the beachfront strictly in the heavy vintage Cadillac. The undeniable heavy momentum, completely, absolutely never looking back. The white sand completely stretching exactly like my absolute physical wealth, protecting the absolute maximum, undeniable heavy physical mental health.
Listen to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast,
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute
heaviest toast. Listen to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast,
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute
heaviest toast.
The heavy green palm trees strictly providing the absolute physical shade, calculating exactly how the absolute true physical crew was getting entirely paid. I strictly park the heavy Chevrolet Tahoe completely directly on the physical beach, keeping the absolute maximum heavy physical luxury entirely in my physical reach. You entirely sweating completely back in the freezing physical metropolitan snow, while I am completely watching the absolute heavy tropical physical sunset glow. The heavy ocean water strictly crashing completely against the physical shore, leaving the entire avenue completely physically begging for absolute more. The premium cigar strictly burning completely perfectly in the physical dark, leaving the absolute permanent undeniable heavy physical tropical mark.
Listen to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast,
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute
heaviest toast.
Listen
to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast,
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute
heaviest toast.
The heavy go chains entirely strictly resting completely on the physical chest, proving that the absolute undisputed champion is completely the physical best. The beautiful physical women strictly walking completely by the absolute blue water, protecting the absolute empire completely for the physical metropolitan daughter. We completely strictly concrete exactly for the physical sand. The undisputed heavy general, entirely observing the absolute physical tropical land. The heavy bass line strictly bouncing completely exactly with the physical tide, maintaining the absolute maximum heavy metropolitan Brooklyn physical pride. The absolute greatest physical metropolitan escape that we entirely completely ever made, lounging entirely perfectly directly in the absolute heavy tropical shade.
Listen to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast.
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute
Heaviest toast. Listen to the waves, tell me can't you see?
This heavy ocean breeze is reflecting my degree,
And I just love your flashy coast.
sipping the premium liquor completely with the absolute.
Heaviest toast.
Yeah, you absolutely gotta completely feel the heavy physical breeze. You cannot strictly survive completely in the heavy freezing concrete entirely forever. You gotta strictly park the heavy classic Tahoe directly by the physical water and completely watch the absolute palm trees sway. The heavy white sand and the premium dark liquor. Yeah. It was a clear, warm evening, a clear, warm breeze, rolling down the boulevard, catching shade from the trees. Yeah. It was a clear, warm evening, a clear, warm breeze, rolling down the boulevard, catching shade from the trees. Just hit the corner strictly in the heavy black Tahoe, keeping the rhythm completely smooth, taking it nice and slow. Seen the perfect spot right where the street lights shine. Got the heavy gold rope and the feeling is divine. The 20-inch chrome strictly spinning in the night, gliding down the avenue strictly in the amber light. I'm tweaking the analog dial right on the heavy dash, reflecting the absolute maximum when deniable street cash. The heavy gold medallion resting strictly on the chest, proving that the West Coast style is undeniably the best.
Keep your eyes on the chrome, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride.
The gold chain swinging right through the evening air,
Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care.
if you know like I know,
You don't wanna turn around.
just
follow the heavy bass
and that sweet
G-funk sound.
Now I'm cruising past the blocks, looking at the deep reflection. The undisputed champion strictly making the connection. Got the heavy Cadillac strictly dropping to the flow, leaving the entire avenue begging for a little more. I hit the heavy switches, let the hydraulic front end dip, taking complete smooth control of this golden coastal trip. The street lights bouncing completely directly off the rims, while the heavy synthesizer strictly undeniably skims. You stressing in the shadows, completely locked in the dark, while I am completely leaving the heavy golden street mark. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the concrete scene, keeping the classic Impala absolutely incredibly clean.
Keep your eyes on the chrome, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride.
The gold chain swinging right through the evening air,
Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care.
if you know like I know,
You don't wanna turn around.
just
follow the heavy bass
and that sweet
G-funk
Bruh.
sound.
The sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy skyline. The gold is painted yellow and the physical feeling is fine. No stress from the haters, no heavy concrete project blocks, just the rhythm of the chrome strictly rolling past the locks. I pop the heavy cassette tape directly into the physical deck, ensuring that the smooth West Coast shine is held in check. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the evening breeze, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. From the boulevard to the hills, we strictly regulate the night, keeping the heavy gold rope absolutely incredibly bright. The undeniable heavy truth strictly radiating from the soul, taking the heavy chrome wheels entirely under control.
Keep your eyes on the chrome, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride.
The gold chain swinging right through the evening air,
Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care.
if you know like I know,
You don't wanna turn around.
Just follow,
Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G4 sound.
yeah. It is strictly a luxury thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy weight on your neck. The polished chrome, strictly gliding on the smooth asphalt. Nothing but the rhythm, the gold, and the G-Funk. 94 forever. Yeah, step into the shadows. You don't need to watch out here on Roosevelt Avenue. The city tells the time by the iron shaking above your head. This is a 90s slowed exclusive. Look up at the rust, look up at the steel beams. Every 10 minutes, the entire neighborhood holds its breath. Feel that vibration creeping right up through the soles of your boots. Let the heavy bass match the train wheels. Listen to the rumble. Yeah. Standing on the corner where the sunlight rarely hits, underneath the heavy iron where the neighborhood strictly sits. A massive steel canopy stretching right across the block, functioning exactly like an unforgiving urban clock. I'm leaning back against the pillar jacket, zipped up tight, watching the bodega on and glowing in the artificial light. You can feel the heavy pressure building up right down the lane before you even hear the whistle of the incoming train. The pigeons scatter from the girders, flying to the wire, the sparking from the metal tracks looking just like liquid fire. And then the shadow passes over, covering the entire street. The rhythm of the heavy transit matching my physical heartbeat. You gotta raise your voice to speak, shouting over the grind, leaving all the quiet whispers absolutely far behind. There's thunder rolling in the sky tonight, blocking out the stars in the pale moonlight. The heavy wheels are grinding on the steel track, and the neighborhood is carrying it on its back. Yeah, the ground is shaking under my feet. The undeniable rhythm of the Queen Street. Yeah, the express car blows past, shaking up the concrete ground, creating an absolute masterpiece of an industrial sound. A drop of heavy black oil strictly falls from the wooden tire, hitting the wet asphalt right before my physical eye. I got the collar pop, watching the heavy classic cars, cruising strictly under the shadows of the iron bars. A dark green Cadillac slowing down at the red light, the chrome bumper reflecting the chaos of the night. This ain't no peaceful beach, no quiet suburban lawn. This is where the heavy hustlers operate into the dawn. The iron monster strictly dictates exactly how we move, setting up the foundation for a heavy metropolitan groove. The screeching of the rusty brakes echoes down the avenue, providing the gritty soundtrack for exactly what we do. There's thunder rolling in the sky tonight, blocking out the stars in the pale moonlight. The heavy wheels are grinding on the steel track, and the neighborhood is carrying it on its back. Yeah, the ground is shaking under my feet. The undeniable rhythm of the Queen Street. Walk inside the corner store, the windows are rattling loud, looking at the tired faces of the late night crowd. The coffee spilling strictly out the paper cup on the ledge, living every single day completely on the absolute edge. The transit authority completely owns the sky above our head, painting the entire atmosphere in a heavy rusted red. You see the passengers looking down from the illuminated glass, watching the gritty realities of the borough slowly pass. They heading out to the island or deep into Manhattan, while we stand on the pavement wrapped in leather and cotton. The silence only lasts exactly for a minute or two before the heavy rumble starts completely, strictly fresh and new. It is an orchestrated chaos, a mechanical beast, the heavy undisputed guardian of the physical east. There's thunder rolling in the sky tonight, blocking out the stars in the pale moonlight. The heavy wheels are grinding on the steel track, and the neighborhood is carrying it on its back. Yeah, the ground is shaking under my feet. The undeniable rhythm
of the Queen Street.
Decades of the heavy friction wearing down the metal rail, a testament to the borough that is strictly never gonna fail. The architecture is brutal, cutting right across the sky, while the cold wind from the river strictly undeniably blows by. I pull a cigarette out, spark a match against the brick, the heavy smoke blending with the atmosphere completely thick. We don't need a quiet sunset to completely feel the peace, just the heavy iron rumble that is absolutely never gonna cease. It's the pulse of the county, the blood inside the vein, the undisputed heavy royalty of the elevated train. So let the deep bass drop and let the metal wheels scream. The ultimate soundtrack to the East Coast dream. Yeah. The local just pulled into the station. Doors opening. You can't escape the noise, so you gotta embrace the rhythm. The heavy pillars, sparks falling from the sky. Queens, New York, 94, forever, 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 forever. Yeah, it was a clear, warm daytime, a clear blue sky. It was a clear, yeah. It was a, it was a clear, warm daytime, a clear blue sky. The California sun strictly shining in my eye. Just hit the heavy boulevard, looking for a little shade. Got the classic Chevy Impala, and the plans are fully made. I reach across the passenger seat, completely for the leather case. Gotta strictly keep the heavy glare out of my physical face. Pop the heavy metal class, pull the aviators out. That absolute West Coast sunshine is what it's all about. The gold wide frame, strictly resting on the nose. That is exactly how the California G-Funk story goes. The heavy engine purring strictly with the classic American power, enjoying the absolute maximum, undeniably. Golden hour. Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The aviator shade strictly blocking out the heavy glare. Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care. Cruising past the palms, looking at the deep blue sky. The undisputed champion, strictly watching the world go by. Got the dark tinted lenses, strictly keeping it completely cool. Living out the absolute dream, exactly like a West Coast rule. I hit the heavy switches, let the hydraulic front end dip, taking complete smooth control of this golden coastal trip. The California sun reflecting directly off the heavy chrome, making the absolute entire Pacific coast feel exactly like home. You stressing in the city, completely blinded by the light, while I am completely keeping the heavy vision incredibly tight. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the winding street, matching the heavy golden sunshine, exactly with the analog beat. Eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The aviator shade strictly blocking out the heavy glare. Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care. Just follow the heavy bass and that sweet G-funk sound. The sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy palm trees, but I keep the aviators on, catching the evening breeze. No stress from the haters, no heavy concrete project blocks, just the rhythm of the chrome strictly rolling past the rocks. I pop the heavy cassette tape directly into the physical deck, ensuring that the smooth West Coast shine is held in check. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the ocean breeze, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. From the morning to the night, we strictly regulate the view, keeping the aviator lenses absolutely incredibly true. The undeniable heavy truth, strictly radiating from the chest, proving that the California sun is undeniably the best. Keep your eyes on the road, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic West Coast ride. The aviator shade strictly blocking out the heavy glare. Cruising down the boulevard completely without a single care. If you know that was strictly a sunshine thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy gold frame resting on your face. The dark tint strictly filtering the California rays. Nothing but the rhythm, the Impala, and the Pacific heat. Yeah. It was a clear, warm Sunday. It was a clear, warm Sunday. It was a clear, warm Sunday. It was a clear, warm Sunday, a clear, warm breeze. Rolling down the block, catching shade from the trees. Just hit the neighborhood looking for the backyard gate. Got the heavy charcoal burning and the vibe is feeling great. Seen the perfect spot right where the heavy water gleams. Living out the absolute West Coast summer dreams. The classic Impala's parked strictly completely in a row. Taking the entire Sunday absolute nice and slow. I'm hearing the heavy splash directly from the diving board, while the smooth funk rhythm is completely strictly poured. The heavy synthesizer whining exactly like the summer heat, matching the heavy water drops exactly with the analog beat.
Keep your eyes on the sun, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Sunday ride.
The barbecue smoke blowing right through
the summer air, lounging by the pool completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around.
Just follow the heavy bass
and that sweet G-funk sound.
Now I'm cruising past the deck, looking at the deep blue pool. The undisputed champion, strictly keeping it completely cool. Got the heavy ice clinking directly in the plastic cup. Everything on this Sunday is completely looking up. I hit the heavy cooler, grab a premium cold drink, giving the entire neighborhood a second to completely think. The heavy meat sizzling strictly on the iron grill, maintaining the absolute undeniably heavy physical chill. You stressing in the house, completely locked behind the door, while I am completely leaving the heavy water on the floor. We strictly regulate the heavy rhythm of the shallow end, kicking back completely with a heavy West Coast friend.
Keep your eyes on the sun, let the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Sunday ride.
The barbecue smoke blowing right through
the summer air, lounging by the pool completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around.
Just follow the heavy bass
and that sweet G-funk sound.
The sun is finally dipping completely below the heavy fence. The summer party feeling is absolutely entirely intense. No stress from the week, no heavy concrete project blocks. Just the rhythm of the water strictly splashing on the rocks. I pop the heavy cassette tape directly into the boombox deck, ensuring that the smooth sunny shine is held in check. The heavy volume turning exactly up to the maximum degree, moving completely smoothly with the absolute maximum ease. From the shallow to the deep, we strictly regulate the yard, keeping the heavy sunny chilling absolutely incredibly hard. The undeniable heavy truth strictly radiating from the chest, proving that the Sunday pool party is undeniably the best.
Keep your eyes on the sun, your eyes, the heavy rhythm glide. We taking a beautiful classic Sunday ride.
The barbecue smoke blowing right through
the summer air, lounging by the pool completely without a single care. If you know like I know, you don't wanna turn around.
Just follow the heavy bass
and that sweet G-funk sound.
Yeah. It is strictly a Sunday thing. You absolutely gotta feel that heavy sun on your back. The heavy ice clinking perfectly in the plastic cup. Nothing but the rhythm, the grill, and the clear blue water. 94 forever. 94 forever, ever, ever.